It's over. It's finally over and I still can't believe it. This will be my last Insider Rewards video. These videos have become a staple of my channel, but it seems all good things must end. This is the final video, not because I gave up on my quest to never miss a single week of Insiders, but because Rare decided to put an end to this never-ending journey. And even though I always knew this day would come, it still happened a bit too soon. But wishing doesn't change the facts. For those players that are trying to catch up on the Insider Rewards, you now have an actual goal to aim for. And that goal is reaching 211 weeks of Insiders. Or, to put it in other terms, playing a little over 4 years while never missing a single week. And in this video, I will show you all the rewards you can earn. This also means I will be repeating a lot of stuff from my previous videos, but I made some helpful timestamps so you can skip ahead whenever you feel like it. So buckle up, because we have a lot of rewards to go through. But first, you may still be confused about what Insiders is. Let's be fair, I'm sure most of you will know by this point, but let me still explain it real quick. Sea of Thieves Insiders is a way for players to help Rare test upcoming features. You install Insiders just like any other game, and for every hour you play every week, you will unlock a reward for your main Sea of Thieves account. You can spread your hour over the week, and you can even take a break. You will not lose your streak. Technically, you will be able to earn every reward shown in this video, but you can be very far behind. Also good to know is that the weeks reset every Friday. And if you want to be a real asset to the team, you can also give your feedback by using the Insider forums. Obviously, everything that you test and everything discussed on those forums is part of your NDA, which means you cannot talk about it outside these forums or capture footage of these new features. This also means you can't hint about it in the comments, so don't. Obviously, there is more information, and if you want to learn more about this program, you can visit the official Insiders page on the official Sea of Thieves website,
which will be in the link underneath this video.
So, with this information out of the way, let's continue with the reason you clicked on this video again, to see all the rewards. And let's start at the very beginning. For completing your very first week of Insiders, you get 3000 gold. And this will also be the last time I mention a non-cosmetic reward. As you will find out, you will also earn a lot of gold and doubloons on your Insider journey, but this is hardly worth mentioning each time. Your first real reward will happen in week 5, where you will get the Silver Blade Sails. You will get the Silver Blade Hull in week 10, the Figurehead in week 15, the Flag in week 20, the Wheel in week 25, the Cannons in week 30, and in week 33 we take a break from the ship set and you will get your first Silver Blade equipment in the form of the Silver Blade Compass. You will unlock the Pocket Watch in week 36, followed by the Silver Blade Capstan just a week later in week 37. This also means that your Silver Blade ship set is now complete. So let's watch a montage of this beautiful vessel. And besides looking beautiful, there is also some lore attached to this vessel, because this ship is based on the one Flameheart Jr. used when he came to the Sea of Thieves. The real silver blade can be found during the Sunken Pearl Tall Tale, and its original figurehead, a girl setting free a dove, can be found in the Shrine of Ocean's Fortune. The Insider silver blade, however, has an eagle for its figurehead. The medallion around its neck is shaped like a compass, and this symbol can also be found on many silver and sapphire blade cosmetics. You can see it on the sails, but also on the weapons, equipment and clothing. This symbol represents the insiders scouting the way into uncharted waters before all other pirates. And the final thing I want to say about this ship set is that some pieces are sadly still missing, like the silver blade flares, all the silver blade furniture and the silver blade ship's crest. And with Rare putting an end to these insider rewards, it might be that these sets will not get fully completed after all. And this is one of the reasons why I'm not happy with the insider rewards ending. And to make it a little awkward, there is already some sort of model for the ship's crest, and even the furniture could be completed with some simple recolors. Maybe they will still get added another way, but to be honest, I'm not that optimistic. But let's brighten the mood, and luckily the next reward does that very thing, since it's the silver blade flintlock pistol. You will unlock this one in week 39. After earning this weapon, it became my permanent flintlock to use. Not only because of the beautiful colors, but also because of the very welcome iron sights on the barrel that most other pistols don't have. And if completing 211 weeks sounds a bit too daunting to you, I can at least recommend trying to go for 39 weeks to earn this awesome reward. And if you want, you can push it even further to week 42, which will get you the Silver Blade Blunderbuss, or even to week 45 to earn the Silver Blade Eye of Reach. Sadly, we have to wait a while for the Cutlass, since the next reward is a Silver Blade Spyglass in week 48. And after that, you will unlock the Fishing Rod in week 51. In week 54, you will finally unlock the Silver Blade Cutlass. Just kidding, it's the shovel. Followed by your first instrument, the Hurdy-Gurdy, in week 56. In week 60, you will unlock the Tankard, complete with one serving of Silver Blade grog. And in week 63, you will finally get the Silver Blade Cutlass. Also worthy to mention is that this cutlass has a worn out variant in the form of the Revenge of the Silver Blade Cutlass. This set also contains the Revenge of the Silver Blade capstan, but nothing more. Will this set ever get completed? No, it won't, so let's move on to the Silver Blade clothing. And what better way to start this part of the video than by using the same montage I always use. The Silver Blade clothing set consists of the Silver Blade eye patch, which you will unlock in week 66, followed by the Silver Blade gloves in everyone's favorite week 69. You will unlock the belt in week 72, then the trousers in week 75, followed by the boots in week 78, the hook in week 81, the dress in week 84, the jacket in week 87, and finally the Silver Blade hat in week 90. I'm not really a fan of this clothing set, but I do agree it looks pretty great on slimmer pirates. Sadly, this set still doesn't include the peg leg, and the chances for it being added are at an all-time low. But let's move on to week 93, in which we unlock the Silver Blade bucket, followed by the lantern in week 96, and the Silver Blade Concertina in week 99. And instead of completing the rest of the Silver Blade equipment, you will get your first Sapphire Blade cosmetic in week 103 in the shape of the Sapphire Blade Blunderbuss. And this is also the moment where, after playing for 2 years, players found out the next set would just be a recolor. I didn't really mind myself, and luckily the next years also gave us some other surprising rewards. So let's continue with week 107, in which you will earn the Sapphire Blade Hurdy-Gurdy. This is quickly followed by the Silver Blade Speaking Trumpet, Banjo and Drum in week 108. That's right, 3 rewards at the same time. It's a good thing Bobby the intern reminded everyone that the Silver Blade equipment still needed to be completed. And if your goal is to complete just the Silver Blade items, this might be the week to aim for. But there is still one more item that could be seen as part of this set. More on that later, but let's continue with another special week, week 111. And this week might also be a great target to aim for if 211 weeks sounds a bit too much. Because in week 111 you will unlock the Alabaster Wildcat. This creature can only be obtained by playing Insiders. You cannot buy this cat in the Emporium. My Alabaster Wildcat is named Sir Pounce, and not only does he give me a lot of love, I can also use him to impress strangers on the internet. And if you are still going for insider rewards at this point, you are probably set on completing the entire Sapphire Blade set as well. So let's continue that journey with week 115, in which you will unlock the Sapphire Blade Tankard. Sadly, this one has no grog, it's really weird. You will unlock the Sapphire Blade Wheel in week 119, the Flag in week 123, the Cannons in week 127, the Eye Patch in week 130, the Compass in week 133, the Gloves in week 136, the Pocket Watch in week 139, the Belt in week 142, the Capstan in week 145, the Trousers in week 148, and in week 151 we get another very nice looking flintlock pistol. And just like the Silver Blade flintlock, I love the design, but the color scheme keeps it from entering my top 3 favorite pistols. It's still number 4, so you know. After the flintlock, you will unlock the boots in week 154, followed by the Sapphire Blade hook in week 157, the Sapphire Blade hat in week 160, the jacket in week 163, and the Sapphire Blade dress in week 166. This is also the last piece of the Sapphire Blade clothing set, which means you are going to watch another montage. We continue our journey in week 169 with the Sapphire Blade Spyglass, followed by the Sapphire Blade Eye of Reach in week 172, the Fishing Rod in week 175, the Sapphire Blade Sails in week 178, the Shovel in week 181, the Bucket in week 184, the Sapphire Blade Hull in week 187, followed by the Lantern in week 190. And in week 193 you will unlock the Sapphire Blade Figurehead. With the addition of this cosmetic, the Sapphire Blade ship set is completed. Just like the Silver Blade, we do miss some pieces, but we will do our best to forget about that. When using these cosmetics on a galleon, I do have to admit, it does look really nice. But I like the Silver Blade just a little bit better. Having said that, I do love putting the Sapphire Blade cosmetics on my sloop. It just feels like this little vessel unlocked the final skin of the game. And if you think I also made a montage for the Sapphire Blade ship set, you are wrong. So let's continue showing the world our lack of social life by completing week 196, in which you will unlock the Sapphire Blade Concertina, followed by the Sapphire Blade Cutlass in week 199. And just like the Silver Blade items, we end with the drum, banjo and speaking trumpet, but unlike the Silver Blade items, these are spread over separate weeks. You will unlock the drum in week 202, the banjo in week 205, and the speaking trumpet in week 208. However, if you are paying attention, you know this is not the final reward. The final reward happens in week 211 and you will unlock the Silver Blade Ship's Trinket. And for a final reward, I'm pretty pleased with this. Yeah, it's a reskin of another trinket, but come on, it does look pretty nice and it's also a subtle flex you can place on any ship type. And if you feel players should also have been rewarded with a Sapphire Blade Ship's Trinket, I feel you are just being a little silly. So yeah, 211 weeks completed, without skipping a single week. I know a lot of you were looking forward to this video. So thanks for your patience and hopefully you enjoyed this very final Insider Rewards video. Or is it? I don't know. There is still a big part of me that hopes Rare will still release those missing cosmetics like the peg leg, the ship's crest, or even the Silver Blade shirt. Totally forgot about that, but the shirts are also missing. And maybe something new will be added in a future update, like a flute or violin. And I would be pretty bummed out if Bobby the intern is not there anymore to remind them to make some additional skins. But let's now focus on the positive. We do get a lot. And at the end of the day, Rare could just have given us gold and doubloons, and they didn't. And even though I really want my sets to be completed, I would probably still have done it just to flex that final reward. And maybe the cat. I do want my cat. But let me know how you feel about all these rewards in the comments. Again, I hope this video was worth the wait. It was certainly one of the biggest projects I made so far, so I really hope you enjoyed it. So thanks for watching and I wish you the very best on your own insider journey. Take care.